Greetings Multiverse, and we're here with a lovely rant. This is the first one I've done in quite some time because nothing has made me so truly angry in such a long time that I felt the need to express myself to you, my dear viewers, through the medium of sheer unbridled rage. And this involves Superman. You can see at least 3 Superman symbols on this screen right now, which hopefully gives some indication that I actually like Superman. I like Henry Cavill, who was also on this screen at least twice. But the report that came out today from the Hollywood Reporter about Warner Brothers' search for the next Superman, specifically a black Superman, has me absolutely pissed off. It really does. And that happened on Henry Cavill's birthday just feels like a real deliberate stab in the gut. Like similar to what they did with Justice League, the 4K trailer that came out a month after Zack Snyder's Justice League. They released a trailer for no reason whatsoever on their channel and then act like people shouldn't get ticked off by that we're bullying them somehow. This was on purpose. This was a deliberate insult. Now, on paper, I am totally fine with the idea of a Superman movie with a black actor. I am totally fine with that. If it was something like Val Zod or one of the other black Supermen from the comics, that is totally fine. You can have an alternate universe as they are in the comics. You can do whatever you like with it. You'd have a lot more freedom. You could have all sorts of new ideas with it. A real sort of Superman Earth 1 feel to it. An alternate universe where the rules don't apply. To just say, right, forget the Snyderverse, forget Henry Cavill, forget the DCEU, we're just going to reboot Superman. We're going to pick a brand new actor. In fact, the black actor part does not matter. I'm all for a black Superman. I am not all for completely dismissing the universe they have right now. For no reason at all. Really. Zack Snyder's Justice League is breaking all sorts of records. That's the fact. That is absolute fact. It's their own streaming service was #1 in the US. Well, where else is going to be #1? They haven't released it anywhere else. People want more of this universe. People want Justice League 2. People want more of this Superman. Why don't Warner Brothers get that? Oh no, it's obvious why Warner Brothers don't get that. Because it's executives. It's Hollywood executives. They are always the problem. They build their own little fiefdoms. They get their own little ideas about what's going on. And they back certain horses, and if those horses don't come up, they keep very quiet about it. The executives in charge right now do not like Zack Snyder, they do not like the DCEU, they do not like the Snyderverse, they probably didn't even like Joker, most likely. And now that they're actually a success, they've got complete egg on their face and they just sort of back away from it and pretend like they hadn't happened or they hadn't heard that they were a success. The Hollywood Reporter states that there's going to be a Joker 2. Why isn't there an entire slate of movies? The DC Black Label was ready and raring to go, but the executives in charge did not want that. They didn't back Joker, so they are throwing away the possibility of money. They're just throwing away all money. And if they're throwing it away, it can only be pride. That is the problem. They said that Joker was going to fail. They thought, oh, it's a small budget, we'll throw it out there, see what happens. And it made over $1 billion. Now they don't know what to do. They're making, a Joker 2. Joker does not need a Joker 2. You need other movies like that. Like a Luther, like a Deathstroke. They had all these things planned, but they said no to them. Because of pride, because of arrogance, because they didn't want people to look too closely and say, oh wait a minute, these people hated Joker, so why are they now supporting it? Makes them look stupid, and so Warner Brothers, as in the higher ups, start looking to other executives to replace these guys, and so they can't do any more in the Snyderverse really. They can't carry on with Henry Cavill's Superman, even though that's what we all want, because they said no to it in the first place, and now that it's a success again, they don't know what to do. And if they're going to let the DCEU just die if they're gonna try to have their cake and eat it too. They want Wonder Woman 3 and Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2 and Flash, but they also don't want to continue the Snyderverse at the same time. If Blue Beetle is not going to connect to the DCEU and reference Superman or Batman and the other characters in there, I'm going to be honest, no one's going to care. As much as we want a really diverse superhero movie, and I want it to be a success first and foremost, and it has to be connected. This all has to be, these days, connected. They have a universe. They have set it up. They've got movies coming out in it. It's got to be all connected, and they've got loads of great actors. You don't have to do quite the same thing Zack Snyder does, as Shazam and Birds of Prey have proven. You don't have to do the same thing and still be a success, but you can still be in the DCEU. Whereas this report is an entire you to the DCEU and to all the fans in the name of diversity. After everything Warner Brothers did to Ray Fisher, they're now pulling the diversity card. After everything they did to the actors on Justice League, now they're pulling the diversity card. They can't. They're trying desperately to make us forget that they're a very anti-diverse company. They're trying to do everything they can, which normally would be a great thing. I'm happy for them to go the complete opposite direction and be diverse now. That's brilliant. But at the same time, all it does is feel like they're not apologising. They're just calling attention to the fact that they've still let Ray Fisher go. They've just let him go. Not apologised to him. They called him a liar, essentially. And then what they're doing with Green Lantern. The first actor that they announced for the Green Lantern Corps. They don't announce all the Green Lantern Corps actors, like Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. They announced the one white actor on the cast because they just found him first and say, right, everyone wants to know who the hell's playing Guy Gardner. Of course they do. You're still a very anti-diverse company. Yeah, God, I don't want the DCEU to fail. I do not want DC movies to fail. I want a Superman movie to be a success. But if it's just going to be another standalone Superman movie, it doesn't matter if they cast a black actor as Superman. Audiences aren't stupid. And also the report framing the $644 million take of Man of Steel as a bad thing. No. You don't get to do that. Batman Begins did really badly, did far worse than that. And that was a fantastic movie that went on to do really well. Well, Batman v Superman was a massive success. It was. Don't try and deny it, it was. And the likes of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, they're all connected. The fact that they're referencing each other makes it feel like a harmonious whole. It all works together. They all back each other up. It's like a Justice League. They've all got each other's backs. That's what audiences want now. They don't want individual one and done superhero movies. Joker was fun, but it is the Batman universe. We know the Joker, and you can't pick and choose the diversity thing. Either support actors of all colours and creeds at all times, or you don't. They're cutting out all actors of colour from Justice League and letting that happen, and then calling those aforementioned actors of colour liars for calling them out on this, and on the other hand, trying to make a black Superman movie and saying, oh, it's diverse. We don't buy it for a moment. I want a Superman movie with a black actor. That is fine, but I want the DCEU to continue. They had the chance to do something very different with this movie. If it's just a Superman movie, then we're not interested. We don't want it rebooted. We have a great Superman already. You have a universe already. You just released a new movie, essentially, with Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is getting all the acclaim and doing really, really well, and fans really love it. And now you're backing away from it? Thank you, Warner Brothers. Thank you. No, thank you. I honestly don't know what to do. That's the thing. I want the movies to be connected in some way. It feels so cynical. If this was all interconnected in some way, but the fact that they're just throwing it all away, everything they've worked for, and yet still carrying it on, is one thing to reboot a franchise, another thing to reboot a whole universe. But to try and do that while you've still got the universe running. But either way, you can't reboot the DCEU. You just can't. You can't have another interconnected universe. I know Warner Bros. Aren't keen on interconnected universes anymore, but they should be. So they don't know what they want, is the short version. They do not know what they want. they are going to say things like, oh, Blue Beetle did badly, obviously people don't want diverse movies anymore. That's what they're going to do. That is what they're going to do. They're going to use that shit against us. They are. Oh, you didn't go to see the movie with Alan Scott Green Lantern? That's because people don't want gay superheroes on screen. But this is what they do. They blame things. I'm going to wrap up this rant now because I'm still so angry about it, but I could go on for hours of how angry Warner Brothers and this report from the Hollywood Reporter has made me feel. I don't want anything they're selling right now. And I want a Green Lantern Corps show. I want to see the Batman. I want another Superman movie. But I want the DCEU most of all. I want Henry Cavill back as Superman. I don't want Warner Brothers' fake attempts to try and pull the diversity card when they themselves have proven themselves to be anti-diverse. You need to fix your mistakes before you move forward, Warner Brothers. And you haven't fixed Ray Fisher yet. You haven't fixed all the problems and all the things you did to Justice League yet. You need to sort out what you've done before you try to pretend to be diverse. Don't just plough ahead and assume we're going to forget, because we are not going to forget what you did to Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers. And we're not going to forget what you did to Henry Cavill as well. Batman's getting away with it because it's Batman, and because they're going slightly different and younger Batman. So they're not just doing the same thing again. Henry Cavill, Superman is Superman. Whoever they hire to be Superman next is going to be up against this. Ben Affleck was deliberately an older, weary Batman. Robert Pattinson's the complete opposite, so it works just as well. And they can get away with it once, I think, with Batman. It doesn't work out that way for lesser known heroes. I'm sorry. If they're not connected to the DCEU or have a universe to bring in fans, you need a fan base first. The fan base is the ones you appeal to first, and they spread out there. They provide a set audience that can spread the word to everyone else. If you don't appeal to them first and foremost, if you lose them, they're the support structure. The whole thing just collapses. But okay, rant over for now. What do you guys think? Are you as outraged as me? Do you think I'm racist? I'm not. I really want a black superhero movie. I really want a black Superman movie. Just not like this. Not like this. Not at the expense of the DCEU and Henry Cavill's Superman. Give me a Henry Cavill Superman movie and I will praise and go and see a black superhero movie all day. Just not at this expense. Yeah. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. I'll be sure to check it out. I expect a lot of Warner Brothers hate. Yeah, if you want to vent further, you can check out our Discord server, which is the Inside the Multiverse Discord server. I help host a DC Comics podcast, and be rest assured we're going to be talking about this in the next podcast, if I can bear to rant about it even more. We've got a new episode coming up in the next couple of days. But yeah, join us on the Discord, all chatting about DC Comics. Just come in and we'll chat to you. And of course, check out all the videos on DC Comics Gamer and subscribe, like, share this video around. All this really helps me out. And for now, thanks for watching, folks. Multiverse, out.